People say they want the truth, but that's not entirely honest. What they want is a version of the truth that doesn't disturb their reality. One that fits nicely into what they already believe. One that doesn't unravel the fragile little structure they've spent their whole lives building. But real truth destroys. It doesn't ask for permission. It doesn't care about your comfort. It rips through illusions like fire through dry grass. And that is why most people run from it. Not because they're weak, but because truth requires something terrifying. The death of who you think you are. The philosopher Nietzsche once said, sometimes people don't want to hear the truth because they don't want their illusions destroyed. It sounds harsh, but he was right. We build identities around falsehoods. I am this kind of person. I live in this kind of world. I believe in these kinds of things. These stories give us meaning. They make life bearable. But they're often built on sand. And when the truth shows up, real, raw, undeniable, it threatens to collapse all of it. That's why truth is not accepted. It's survived. Look at history. Socrates was executed for asking too many questions. Galileo was imprisoned for saying the earth moves. Jesus was crucified for speaking truth to power. People don't crucify liars. They crucify those who tell the truth too clearly. Because truth exposes what people are desperately trying to avoid. The fact that most of what they believe is inherited, unexamined, and deeply comfortable. Think about it. What do you know to be true? Now ask yourself, where did that knowledge come from? Your family? Your culture? A textbook? A screen? Is it something you discovered through direct experience? Or is it something you were taught and never questioned? See, the real journey of awakening, the one the mystics, philosophers, and prophets spoke of, isn't about learning more. It's about unlearning. It's about peeling back the layers of illusion, conditioning, and social programming until you're left with something raw, something terrifying, and something profoundly liberating. Because when all your masks fall off, when your beliefs shatter, when your false self dies, something deeper begins to breathe. A presence, a watcher, a consciousness that doesn't cling to opinions or identities or dogmas. This is what the Zen masters call beginner's mind, what Buddhists call emptiness, what the mystics called dying before you die. It's a space where truth can finally be heard, because there's nothing left to defend. But make no mistake, this process is not peaceful. It's not beautiful. It's not cinematic. It's brutal. It's crying at 3 a.m. because everything you thought was solid is now slipping through your fingers. It's realizing that the life you built was designed to distract you from asking real questions. It's seeing that you've been chasing success, love, or validation, not because you wanted it, but because you were taught to want it. It's coming face to face with the void. And yet, that's where everything begins. Not in knowledge, but in naked honesty. Because once you face the unbearable truth, something changes. You stop pretending. You stop performing. You stop participating in systems that reward inauthenticity. And in that silence, in that rawness, you start to see beauty again. Not the superficial kind, not the kind on billboards or filtered selfies, but the beauty of realness. A moment of eye contact with a stranger, the sound of the wind brushing against your skin, the miracle of simply existing without needing to explain yourself. You notice that nothing has really changed, yet everything has. You still walk the same streets, talk to the same people, wake up in the same body, but now you see through it all. You see the performance, the fear, the desperate need for approval behind every conversation. You see how much of society is built on pretense. And you stop needing to play along. That's what truth gives you. Not safety, but clarity. And clarity is freedom. The freedom to not believe everything you think. The freedom to walk away from lives that no longer fit. The freedom to let go of the need to be right all the time. You no longer chase truth like a possession. You become it. You live it. Quietly, gently, unapologetically. because you've learned the hardest lesson of all. Truth isn't something you speak, it's something you embody. And most people, they won't understand you. They'll call you cold, arrogant, cynical, but they don't see the cost of your clarity. They don't know what it took to stop lying to yourself. They don't know how many masks you had to burn to finally breathe clean air. But that's okay. You're not here to be understood. You're here to see clearly, to live deeply, to walk the path that most avoid. Because it's dark and lonely and full of ghosts. But on the other side, there's something real, something worth suffering for, something that doesn't crumble when the world does. And that is the unbearable truth most people will never touch.
If this made you pause, if you're drawn to deeper truths and quiet strength, then you're in the right place. Like, subscribe, and keep exploring with us. See you in the next one.